Hello, everybody. It's Vicki with Ready, Set, Resell. I hope you are all doing well today. I'm excited to be able to present to you today for the Lunch and Learn that I do every Wednesday. I'm Vicki Englund. I've been selling online for over 20 years on various different platforms. You can see down below the platforms that I currently sell on. And I like to have these little Lunch and Learn episodes to be able to teach you how you can sell online yourself. Sometimes these videos are about where to find good items to sell. Sometimes they're about how to actually go about using the platforms, and a little bit more on that in future episodes. But today, instead of doing a haul from the Goodwill outlet, which is what I usually like to do, it's a great place to find inventory. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I don't go as often as I wish I could. So today we are going to do kind of a mini haul, if you will. It's really a purchase that I made through ThredUp. And for those of you who don't know what ThredUp is, I will go ahead and show you quickly on the screen here what that's all about. ThredUp is a place that you can go online, not just to buy clothing, but also to sell it. And so when you see here, it's ThredUp, ThredUp.com. And what I do is I like to buy the rescue boxes. Those rescue boxes have a lot of different items in them. Unfortunately, they're really hard to find. So if you see here, these rescue boxes might be anywhere from 25 items of mixed clothing for $60, handbags, Coach handbags, mixed name brand handbags, jewelry, denim. But you can also see that there's a line going through there that says they're currently unavailable. So I was kind of bummed. I would check this page all the time because when you buy these items, they're items that either have been with ThredUp for too long, because ThredUp, what you do is you send in, you order a kit, which they're actually doing right now. They were on pause for a while, but you can go to ThredUp, order a kit, which means they will send you a label or a package, but usually you just want the label. You put all your clothes that you don't want anymore, you're not really sure what to do with, and you stick that label on there and send it to them, and they will send you an offer for the clothes that they are willing to sell for you on a commission type basis. So I've done that several times. This video, however, is more about purchasing from ThredUp. But for those of you who don't know what ThredUp is, I encourage you to see. I've also purchased items individually, clothing items for myself. So as you can see here, there's a lot of ways to get a lot of items, but unfortunately, everybody does it, and that's why they sell out. So actually, right before I got on this video and I was setting everything up, the bulk mixed clothing was available. So I quickly bought 100 pounds of clothes for $300 before it sold out, and then within seconds it sold out. So I will be excited to do an unboxing of that when that comes in 2 to 3 weeks. So today what I did, instead of waiting for these items to be available, because as you can tell, as soon as they're available, they're gone, I created my own box. And so what I did is down here at the bottom, there are dresses, premium dresses that would normally sell for $400, $500, $1,200. Different clothing here. You can see I tend to stay in the plus size area because I know there's a demand for that. And they're all flawed gems. So that means there's something wrong with them. So I looked at them and I thought, you know what? I'm going to spend $100 and I'm going to buy 5 items. And I'm going to get them and see what happens. Maybe they will be hardly messed up at all. Maybe they will have some, button that's missing that I can replace, something that I can do to fix it, to make it better. So that's what you're going to see today. My 5 items that I got curated. I call it curated because I actually chose these 5 items. This was not a mystery box. I knew exactly what I was getting when I ordered these items. And so we're going to see exactly what they are today. And, kind of how bad they really were, if the description was correct, if it was, better or worse than I thought it would be. So I'm going to show you those items today. So the first item I thought was pretty interesting. It's the small purse. It is a purse that is white leather, and it is from Want Les Essentials, or the Essentials, right? And, it's very small. I have it right here. This purse, this is the description of what they said it was like. A solid ivory. Here it is right here. I'm going to show you the whole thing in a minute. And it said that there was minor wear on the fabric. So every time you buy an item like this that's being rescued, it will tell you sort of what the problem was, right? Minor wear on the fabric. So this is leather, right? It said that this item originally sold for, let's see, $305. No, $395, this bag. So I thought, okay, you know, it looks like it's a little clutch. It looks like it's some kind of, when you open it up, you know, it's got a very cute print in there. It's a good, desirable brand. I was trying to look for the wear on the fabric, which I never actually saw any wear on the fabric. I mean, it's leather, right? Real leather on the outside. You can see the inside here is in really good condition. So what I figured out when I went on the website for this brand, right, it is a very expensive, almost $400 purse. However, the part that's missing is the strap, right? So you have these gold loops right here. You can see that that's where a strap is supposed to go. So the description of what was wrong with this wasn't correct, but to be honest with you, I think it's better. So what I did is I went to the website. I found out that they have belts that they sell that are white, and I've asked them for the measurements. Now, I need to follow up on that email. It's been a while, but if I can put the same brand leather strap on here that's actually a belt and it fits here, I think that would really be a good substitution for how to make this purse better. Now, I paid $20 for it. I could probably sell it for way more than the $20, but I thought that this was an added touch that if I'm able to make that happen, you know, maybe spend another $20 or so on the belt, maybe $30. It just kind of depends, you know. We'll see how that goes, and I can give you an update. But this is way different than going to the bins and spending 82 cents per item. I'm trying to get my average sales price for my items. Right now, it's around $13 last month. I'm trying to get my average sales price up. So I don't think I could sell this for $400, but the fact that it was originally $400 means that I could probably get at least $100 for it. And so a $20 investment for $100 is worth it. So that was item number one that I got. Item number two is, I'm going to go ahead and put this little sticky note away. Item number two is this red blouse. So I'm going to show you real quick what it looked like when I had the description. And let's see. This red blouse is from Rebecca Minkoff. It is a size extra large. I really prefer buying larger sizes because those are harder to find. It's called a Tasha Flutter Sleeve Top. It's an extra large, originally priced for $148. And the error that it said, or the flaw that it said it had, was that it's from Revive by Rent the Runway. So Rent the Runway is a place that has partnered with ThredUp, and there's previously rented clothing. And so it's leading designer rental brand. So it's good quality. It says the sign of wear includes holes or tears. So I'm going to put this, screen to the side here. Okay, so here's the top. I mean, it's beautiful. It's very cute. Something I might actually wear at one point. Here's the back. You can see that there's a tie in the back, and there's also a hook and eye, right? It's actually here, but even if it wasn't, I could repair because I know how to do that. So it hooks in the back. It's got these really cute flutter sleeves. It's got a cinched waist. It actually has a zipper on the side. So I have looked and looked to try to find the hole or tear that it said it had. I mean, I will still keep looking. I don't see one. Perhaps, I mean, the back has a hook and eye, so I can't imagine that, you know, the back was what the problem was. I need to do a little bit more research, but really, I don't see the problem with this. Maybe the hook and eye was put there. Oh, I see it now. Right here, I'm going to unhook the hook and eye again. Right here, where the little thing is there, you can kind of see a tiny little, see that tiny little flaw right there? These are the kinds of flaws that I was hopeful I would be able to fix. Now, I think the way to go about doing that is maybe put maybe a different kind of clasp there to cover up, you know, maybe a decorative clasp there. Any kind of change that you're going to make to an item before you sell it, you just want to be honest with it. You want to say, this isn't the original clasp, but really, if that's the problem, I could really make have a cute little clasp there and disclose that, and then the buyer would know. So again, paid $20 for this, just have to figure out the right fix. Rebecca Minkoff, originally $138. So, maybe I could sell that for $75, maybe $60. It's still a good turn on profit when you pay $20 for it. So that's the second item. The third item is this green skirt. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looked like when I was looking to decide whether or not to buy it. So this skirt is from Sweet Baby Jamie, not a brand I've heard before. It's green satin midi skirt, size large. It's originally $130, so it's pretty long, really. $130. The description said that it's also by Rent the Runway, and it says that it has pilling throughout. So for those of you who aren't exactly sure what pilling is, that's when you maybe have a pair of jeans and maybe between the legs that have rubbed together, you get that kind of little balls of fabric that ball up, or on a sweater a lot of times. Usually it might be something that's, on the stomach area that rubs on your desk. Those little balls are something that you can use a clothes shaver or actually a real razor to get off. So here's the label, Sweet Baby Jamie. Okay. So I looked and looked. I did not see pilling, but I did see some water stains. And so they're so light. I mean, actually, you might be able to see it. It's hard to see in the light, but you might be able to see some water stains. Kind of right in here, there's a stain. It's so faint though, like maybe that would be considered a stain right there. It looks more like a pen ink mark. So my plan, again, paid $20 for this designer skirt that originally sold for, let's see where did I put that? Originally sold for, there it is, $130. So if I'm able to get these stains out, wash it a little bit better, $130, I could probably sell this for $60. Again, that's a great return on a $20 investment. If I had to take it somewhere to get it dry cleaned, I would have to, put that cost into the equation to make sure it's worth the time and effort. Again, this is the first time that I bought these premium clothes that just needed a little bit of TLC. So I am hopeful that I can make them as good as new and be able to sell them. So for profit, a good profit at that. So that was the third item. The fourth item, I still don't actually know if it's a good deal. So this is a watch from Toy, which I don't know anything about the brand, but what I did know, I did do my research before I purchased it. This brand seems to be very designer. It's a $150 watch, and its description is that it needs a battery. So let's get this out of the stream here, and then I will show you. Let's see, where is that? So I'm hopeful that when we get a battery for this, that it will work. So this is what it looks like. It's in great condition. Sorry, got to get the camera to focus a little bit. It's in great condition. It's very classic. It seems to have the parts working. I just need to take this to a jeweler or a watch place and see if we can get it working. So more to come on that, $20 or complete bust if it doesn't work at all. But in any case, if I can get a battery in here, this is a $150 watch with a brand new battery. I could probably sell it. I would shoot for right around $100, which would not be a bad investment on a $20 item. So that was item number 4. The last item is one that I have actually already listed. Those previous 4 items have something else that I need to do with them before I can list them. But this item I have actually already listed in my Poshmark. And I have to think about and look up here what I decided to sell it for. But in any case, what you have here is a blazer. It's from Maria Rinaldi. I just got some lint on it. So when you see this blazer, it's very, very standard. It originally retail price was $428. And its condition says it had minor wear on fabric. And so I took a look at this, and I really could not find the minor wear on fabric. You know, sometimes you might look in the elbows, you might look along, you know, the bottom in case the hem was coming out. I mean, there was a tiny little spot. I can't even really see it. Just like a little piece of yarn that came out right there. It's a high quality garment. I could wear it if I had a place to go, like an office. And all the buttons are there. That's kind of another thing I look for to see if all the buttons are there. To see if, you know, and if for some reason you get a jacket like this and, you know, there's 3 buttons on one side and 2 on the other, you can also look inside the liner to see if there's an extra button, or you can just take the buttons off. You know, it'll depend on how it looks because you don't want this extra hole there, but it just, if it's a decorative button, you can get away with something like that as opposed to a functional button. Sometimes with jackets like this, maybe the lining on the inside would be torn or faded. I just really could not find anything wrong with it. If you look for a ring around the collar, that's just a fold. This is made in Italy, so I went ahead and listed it. I believe I put it at like $200. So we'll see how it goes. There, you know, there's no holes in the pockets. That's kind of another place to look. So I'm super excited that this one didn't seem to have the problems that the listing said it did. So I don't know if this is sort of par for the course with ThredUp. I don't know if they like to underpromise and overdeliver. I feel like all of these items are fixable. That was what I was hoping for, that there might be some minor things to change on these items. But I think one thing I learned through this process is by looking really closely at the description, kind of looking at the types of things you can handle. You know, if it says that a zipper is missing, and you don't know how to sew in a zipper, you can definitely take it to a seamstress, but you have to know what that cost is and add that to the cost of the item to know if you're going to make a profit. Now, if you're just buying it for yourself and you don't really care, that's another thing. But when I'm looking in this particular purchase, I'm looking for things I can resell. This, I should have started with this. This is a ThredUp box. One of the most exciting things about seeing one of these boxes on your front porch is that you know right away that that's your ThredUp purchase. They do so much to save the planet. They give you this cool tissue paper. Let's stick together. Lots of encouraging things. And if any of you are Project Runway fans, Christian Siriano got together with them and designed this patch. And it talks about if you are passionate, you know, this description here says if you're passionate about saving the planet and you want to use clothing as a way to help do that, that you have a community of folks out there who do that. So want to just thank you so much for sticking with me today, for learning a little bit more about ThredUp. If you'd like to shop there, please do. Please let me know, and I could probably give you some kind of coupon code, I'm sure. But thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and see you next.